Well, hello, I'm Andrew Jenkins. Welcome to this short video-ette in this series about unlocking the 7 stages of high-performance teamwork. Now, this video is Unit 3 of the 7-step program called Building Trust. And building trust, it's another essential foundational principle of the 7-step program. And this unit really helps us to understand the principles and importance of building trust in your own team. And in fact, look, you won't become a high performing team if you don't build trust. It's that simple, folks. And trust is really the kind of glue that binds people in teams together, and it is the lubricant that allows people's energy and their life and their passion to flow freely within that team. And that's why it's so important. And building trust, it further develops on from the developing growth mindset principles that I outlined in the previous video. Now, the objectives of this unit of building trusts are: use the power of vulnerability and storytelling as a starting point to learn to build trust with each other in your team. And also using a questionnaire to benchmark and to measure the level of trust in your own team and building out from there, right? So it's a great starting point. We'll also be using, thirdly, as a third point, using psychometric personality, or behavior preferencing profiling tools, which are really powerful to help each of you to understand how you and others tick in your team. It's about sort of knowing me, knowing you type principle. And this is important because, look, this really helps you to become more aware of what comes to you naturally and what you might find more difficult. And also for other people, what you might find more difficult people might find more natural, more easy to do than you. And that's the whole point in going through these kind of profiling tools, because they help you to get to know each other and your strengths and your challenges within the team, and that each other, you can each cover each other's the points of difficulty, if you like, and play to each other's strength. Now, building trust, it's a big topic, folks, and it often counters traditional business thinking and training that really, has traditionally prized hard skills and competency. And so because of this, it may stretch you. And remember, look, we're not dismissing any of those things. Hard skills and competence are absolutely vital in the workplace. This just augments and builds on top of that, right? So you see, building trust it's kind of more of an attitude. And it's greater than solely relying just on workplace competencies. It builds from them. So learning to embrace, a moderate level of vulnerability is a core part of building trust in high-performing teams, and that's why it's part of this 7-step program. But what does that actually mean, you might ask? Well, it kind of means that as individuals, we have to kind of move beyond our own insecurities, our own fears, our own shame, if you like, and to understand instead that we are all worthy of connection. That's really important. And being vulnerable, the second point of being vulnerable means to be seen, folks. I see you and you see me, and that's an important part of trust. And building trust also means that you learn to develop this wholeheartedness and letting people see more of who you are and not just the role that you do or the job that you do. It's not just what you do. And we touched on that on previous videos in this series as well. And building trust means that you have a sense of taking courage and be brave to go just that little bit deeper, get to know yourselves and to get to know other people as well. And it's about being okay with being imperfect as well, folks, because guess what? We actually all are, right? It also means treating yourself and others kindly and with compassion. And counterintuitively, being okay with being vulnerable, it's a strength of character to do that. And it actually allows you to be the very best version of you, and likewise for the rest of your team colleagues as well. I'll just bring up a quick graphic to just highlight something here. So look, but to get there, we have to really lean into the discomfort of building trust and be willing to do something that might not have any guarantees, right? And be willing to be fully present in difficult situations and purposefully invest in relationships that may or may not work out, you know, and that's the no guarantees thing. But by building trust, we get a better shot at it, right? A much better shot at it. So let me just bring back the main scene again. So look, you know, it's more than controlling predictable outcomes, because being vulnerable, building trust is, as I said, is about being vulnerable, and that in itself, it kind of releases us, because, you know, building trust is a birthplace, and being vulnerable is the birthplace of joy, freedom and love. And I use those and tenderness as well, and I use these words very purposefully. Now, to get there, you have to feel your emotions, not just numb them out, folks. You know, don't just ignore them. And for this reason, for all the reasons I've highlighted, it takes time to build trust, because trust it's kind of like an attitude, all right? And it really boils down to believing that you are enough, letting yourself be seen and heard, and letting others be seen and heard at the same time, and not just blaming others or just hiding behind yourself from other people as well. And that's why trust is such a vital and crucial component to high performance teamwork, and in managing that kind of team management quality. It's a beautiful quality. But for these reasons, you know, it is rarely undertaken, folks, and because it begins with you, and it is based on what we talked about previously in the last video. It's about developing a growth mindset, and that in itself takes courage as well. You know, to change underlying cultures takes effort as well, and you know, to develop a high performing teamwork develops a culture all of its own. In the next video, the final video, video 6, we're going to bring it all together, folks. And this final video, it summarises the other kind of 4 remaining units in the 7-step high performance teamwork program, and it also takes you through the next steps for you to decide to invest in this program about developing a high performance team, and to play that bigger game we've talked about in the previous videos as well. Now, I'll finish this with a little health warning, as I always do with all of these little videos, is look, this step-by-step program is much, much more than its content, folks. The bigger game at play here is the way this program is delivered, and that is the key to its game-changing success. Thank you very much, folks. See you in the next video. Cheers for now.